Let's make some comfort food. This is one of my favorites during the winter months. Pork riblets and a black bean and shiitake mushroom broth. So these are the ingredients for the soup. I used dried shiitake mushrooms, which I rehydrated in some hot water, and just make sure that you save some of that shiitake broth left over from the rehydration. First, we're gonna saute our garlic, ginger, and the scallion step. So this is the base part of your green onion. Reserve the green leafy part for the end. And we're just gonna saute this until it's golden brown because it gives a nice nutty flavor to the broth. Once you received that nice golden color, we're gonna add our pork riblets. I think we have about 3 to 4 pounds of the pork riblets. This is an entire rack of side rib. It's been sliced and then cut up into bite-sized pieces. And to this, we're gonna add a heaping teaspoon of black bean garlic paste. And after that, we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of Chinese cooking wine. You can find these at any of the grocery stores. And don't worry about the alcohol content. It will cook off during the cooking process. We're gonna add a teaspoon of coarse black pepper. This is one of my favorites because it's a little bit spicy and it's from Costco. And after our black pepper, you can adjust the amount. You can add a little bit or a lot to any of these ingredients. We're adding 2 to 3 tablespoons of dark mushroom soy sauce. Start always with a small amount, and then you could add a little bit more later if you like. We're gonna add a teaspoon of sesame oil to the pot, and my favorite soy sauce, a 1/4 cup of Kikkoman soy sauce. So we're not actually adding any salt to this dish. It's all strictly soy sauce. This is optional. I love everything spicy. So I added a tablespoon of chili oil with black bean. You don't have to add this. And then once you've added, you just mix it around a little bit. And for balance, we're gonna add a heaping tablespoon of sugar or sweetener. Because I'm on a keto diet, I use my monk fruit sweetener, the Lakota brand from Costco. So this is gonna get all stirred up. As you see, nothing is cooked yet, and it's still on the saute mode on the Instapot. So this is the water we use to rehydrate our dried shiitake mushrooms, and you can see the instructions on how to do that in my other video of pot stickers. So there's our 2 cups of rehydrated shiitake mushrooms, and we're just gonna add this to the pot. Give it a good stir again before we add our water. So I boiled a pot of water, and this is the 6-quart Instapot, and there's a maximum liquid line inside the pot, and we're just gonna fill the water to that line. Stir everything around a little bit again, and I just happened to notice that I don't like this soup. When I make this soup, I like it a little bit dark, so to me it was a little too pale, so I just added a little bit more dark soy sauce for a little bit more of a richer broth. Just another tablespoon, but that's totally up to you. So as you see, it's on saute mode. Here's the 1 tablespoon of soy sauce that I added. You don't have to add any more. If you're happy with the way the broth looks, then you can just leave it be. Already starting to look good. So to set our Instapot, we're gonna turn off the saute mode, and we're gonna put our lid on. obviously the right way. And we're going to ensure that the vent is closed. So you don't want this venting because you want the pressure on. So we're going to press meat. And we're going to set the time. So I'm going to say 15 to 17 minutes. 17 minutes, it's literally almost disintegrated. Everything is falling off. If I was to do it again, I think I would do 15 minutes. It would be perfect because it still has a slight firmness. I personally like that texture. But if you like it fall off the bone, then go ahead at 17 minutes. So once it's vented and 17 minutes has passed, you're able to open your pressure cooker. This is when you're going to add your choice of greens. Now, I love snow pea shoots, so that's what I had in the fridge, and this is what I'm going to use. You could use yu choy, you could use Chinese broccoli, you could use any Chinese green that you want. I have, I think, half a bag of the snow peas shoots, so you got to keep in mind that these are going to reduce to nothing, so you can literally pack it until you can't feel it anymore and just wait for it to cook down. So you're just going to let this cook for a couple of minutes. I put the Instant Pot back on saute after the cooking process, so that's why it's boiling again. And then we're also going to add the remainder of the ingredients, which is mushrooms and the green portion of the scallions. So this is where you reserve the leafy green part of the green onion, and we're going to add the rest of this. You can pick whatever mushroom you like. This is what just happens to be on sale at the Asian market, so I added it. You don't have to add any more mushrooms if you don't want. I just love mushrooms, so I always add excess amount. Now this can be eaten with rice, with noodles, or just on its own. I happen to serve this with fresh Shanghai noodles. It cooks like 5 to 10 minutes, and I just served it in a bowl with the broth. Absolutely delicious, very comforting in these winter woods. I hope you enjoy, and don't forget to like and subscribe.